Johannesburg, in the hours after Thabo Bester's escape, inmates were ordered to clean his cell with boiling water even before forensic investigators arrived at Mangaung prison and secured the crime scene. It was also a cover-up when prison officials removed evidence from burned cell where a body was found on May 3 last year, according to an inmate whose cell is on the same floor as the Facebook rapist. In an exclusive interview with independent media, a Mangaung prisoner detailed the fugitive escaped from maximum security facility. 10 months later, Bester is still on run, and Department of Correctional Services has confirmed that body recently found in cell 35 on corner does not belong to convicted A. After forced cleanup, inmates involved were transferred other prisons around country in what appeared to be an attempt further conceal crime. I will never forget day on May 3, 2022, when a brigade directly assisted G4S administration to tamper with and erase evidence from isolation unit in cell 35 Broadway before crime scene was declared, prisoner said. Via email. The Correctional Services Judicial Inspectorate was also notified of the incident. When JICS officials arrived to inspect crime scene, found body had been removed, and when they arrived at scene, found that inmates had cleaned scene using boiling water as per instructions of security management, prisoner said. The prisoner alleges that prior to the cleanup, prison staff removed evidence including a burned laptop, cell phone, and Puma techies. The prisoner remembered that the day of the escape would be a strange one, filled with unexplained events. According to prisoner, 2 fires broke out that night and the smell of gasoline emanated from Broadway containment unit. However, an overseer told prisoner that it was okay, and minutes later he was summoned another unit to escort the prisoner's bakery. After he left, there was a second explosion of fire and smoke. The prisoner said that Bester was seen returning to cell 35. We searched for Seal through a convicted ex-cop who is in Mangaung prison and is in solitary confinement for his own safety. Seal spokesperson, Lorenzo Themba, denied receiving the call. It is meaningless. This is the answer of the minister to these baseless allegations, he said. National Police spokesman Brigadier General Atlenda Matei said SAP's National Commissioner General Fanny Masemola had ordered escape investigations to be given priority. Due sensitive nature of investigations against Mangaung Correctional Center, we request call for space patience from media public to allow team appointed catch these fugitives' accomplices. As stated, the organized crime unit is conducting their investigations. We need space conduct a thorough investigation into matter and eventually build a solid case that can go to court. Providing detailed updates at this stage has potential jeopardize investigation. SAPS will provide updates when conditions permit. The prisoner said that Mangaung prisoners knew Bester as a man who was not afraid to showcase his wealth. Yes, he was running a business there. Every time you saw him, he would prepare a wad of money to bribe everyone. Bester, who is serving life sentence for rape and is allegedly involved in multi-million random scam in which he posed as the head of company called 21st Century Media. She also promoted a Women in Media conference with Hollywood listers as guests. They were all scammers. After escaping, he allegedly continued to live in his $12 million mansion in Hyde Park, north of Johannesburg. According to recent media reports, Bester and his supposed socialite doctor girlfriend, Nandifa Magudumina, are said to have spent millions on property. JICS spokesperson Emerantia Cupido said statements taken at prison would form part of the final report and would not comment on prisoners' allegations. JICS launched an investigation Mangaung in May 2022 after we received a report of an unnatural the correctional facility. JICS is finalizing its investigation report on unnatural reported on May 3, 2022, and will then report to the Minister and Portfolio Committee in accordance with mandatory reporting processes. Correctional Services spokesman Singaboko Ngzumalo said there were no new developments regarding Bester's escape. Meanwhile, Isikolo Wangson's movement against GBVF questioned how G4S could operate without being properly supervised by the Department of Correctional Services.